here. We are on an interview rampage right now. So this was our secret. We didn't actually mention who was going to be the interviewees. That is plural, that you'll soon find out. So we thought we were going to announce it, and then we thought it'd be a little bit better just to kind of push it into a secret surprise. So welcome to the surprise. Welcome our 2 interviewees, because apparently they're a package deal and they would not do it without the other. So we have our Bearfoot Edits, unofficial quote unquote, but our Bearfoot Edits humans. We got Rylee and we got Sara. Y'all can say hi.
Hi.
All right. And then of course we always have Tanner Rahoy, the man, the myth, the legend. And this will probably be, I can easily say, probably going to be the most chaotic podcast we'll probably do, because y'all two be crazy, but in a very good way. So Sara and Rylee are wonderful humans, been around in the game for a very long time. So it's actually very exciting to see y'all pop up on the generator, and we can see where it takes us on that. But grateful for you guys. Welcome. Before we get started, though, before we get into questions and probably 12,000 tangents on this episode, I just got to mention the new things that are going on. I can't even say new at this point. It's more of like reminders of stop slacking to the community. So TikTok, we have that thriving. These wonderful ladies are the ones that are doing all the TikTok things. So I am actually not touching it. I send them the clips and they do the rest. So they've done a really, really good job with that. And if you like it, feel free to give us a follow, like it, comment. We're already, by the way, Tanner, getting comments where I look like Aaron Rodgers. So that's starting back up again. Once again, there it is.
I'll never let
Facebook.
That die.
Facebook did get a boost. So we finally got a boost, and we up to 34 now. So we went from 32 to 34. The downside is Facebook won't show me who that is. So I have no idea who the 2 that joined us are. I don't know if it's Blake's mom or not.
Yeah, and my grandma or something.
Yeah, so we'll see. But yeah, so I'm sorry if you followed us on Facebook. Facebook is not letting me see who you are, but we appreciate you. Last but not least, training has started. Technically hasn't started yet. It's April Fool's Day when we're recording this. We already pulled our pranks for the day. If you haven't pulled your prank, shame on you. But they will have started by the time this airs. So if you're excited about training, we actually have a huge training. The first session has like 40 people in it. It's only one location, so it's popping. But yeah, if you're trying to sign up, make sure you sign up. It's on our Instagram. The link, you can click on it. Make sure you select either Houston or DFW and fill out the application like normal. We have a lot of applications already so far. So I think that's thanks to these wonderful 2 ladies, thanks to great people passing on words that we're literally the best company on the face of the planet. So cannot thank anybody and everybody enough that's helped us pass that information along. And I think that's pretty much it. So let's get down to it. I figure we'll start just by, figuring out who you are. So Rylee and Sara, tell us a little bit about yourselves.
So I am 16 years old, 17 on Wednesday.
Hey, happy future birthday.
I've worked for Bearfoot for 3 years. I'm not even glazing right now. It's one of the best jobs I've personally ever had. I've learned, a lot from it. I played basketball for 10 years. I go to McKinney North.
I actually did not know that.
Yeah.
I didn't either.
Not know you played basketball. Tanner's like, what?
Yeah, what position?
Shooting guard. And I was point guard starting, and then, people got better than me.
Nice.
But I did recently quit because I just kept getting injured and I didn't like it anymore.
Relatable.
Sure.
Yeah.
So when are we going to see, instead of the 1v1 for me and Tanner, it should be the 1v1 Tanner Sara?
Oh, you're going down.
I want Tanner to just like smack the ball in your face.
My competitive nature is coming out right now. So yeah, you tell me.
I'm competitive for you. I'm sorry. I just didn't. I did not think you play basketball. So
I don't look like I do.
Continue. My fault.
All right.
Okay, Rylee, you're up.
All right. I'm Rylee. I'm a senior in high school, 18 years old to be exact. I started Bearfoot when I was a freshman back in 2021, and I'm going on my 4th year. I did cheer since 7th grade, so
I'm now a veteran in cheer. I don't do it anymore, but I'm going to OU for college next year to go into nursing. And Bearfoot has really like made me like more passionate about like the medical field, just because like the trainings and like CPR, I'm really into it. Like I'd love to be in the ambulance, but like I want to be making like a lot of money, so I'm probably gonna go into like nurse anesthetist. And yeah, I'm really excited for this year. Me and Sarah have a lot of upcoming things that we're gonna do for the edits page, maybe upcoming vlog page. Don't want to say too much, but yeah.
Oh wow!
Yeah, a little
See, they
promo
got
there.
secrets too.
They got
I'm
their
over
own
here.
agency and everything. Yeah.
I've been saying secrets are coming, and here they are, just one up in me here. Well, excellent. All right, so yeah, we decided to just kind of do this on not a whim. It was planned, like we knew that we were talking to them, but we have no questions really set up other than we're just going to ask away. So I guess probably we talked about we like Bearfoot, but what was, I guess let's kind of go over, since y'all are more veterans, 2, 3, 4 years in the game. What was like that initial thing working for Bearfoot that like got you hooked? And then I can work on way to another question. But what was like the one that, kept you wanting to like come back?
I really just feel like the people, like, I mean, I won't say too much about other jobs I've worked. I don't want to bring them down, but I've had some bad management in the past and bad coworkers, and just coming to Bearfoot really made me feel like it was a family. And like I've had jobs where I'd be like dreading to go to work, and I would like beg for shifts at Bearfoot just because like I just get shocked that I get paid to have that much fun at a job, like I get a heck of a tan out of it. I'm getting free food. I just get to have fun with my friends and also like just be hands-on with like medical stuff, which I also like. For me,
all right, Rylee.
For me, I'd say like, okay, so when I joined in 2021, it was because of my best friend's sister, Nicole. And like, as soon as I went in the training, and like, I remember I tested out for CPR and I like got it first try. So then after that, I was like hooked. And also whenever I did it, like the first season, it was like, I was working like every day, but I couldn't go overtime, but I would beg for them to schedule me doubles. That's how I knew I loved it, because I do not, and like with other jobs, I struggle working like 2 times a week, like with my job now. But for Bearfoot, I would just want to work every day. And it's like the people and the relationships, because it's like we're all a big family. And like the outside, like the flag football, is that what it was? That's where I met Sarah.
Yeah, that's when we met.
And the Bearfoot Bash, those are my favorite.
Y'all, yeah, a little promo here. Y'all need to pop out at the Bearfoot Bashes. We get lit.
Did you all see the Bearfoot Bash that we're doing in April?
No. Wait, what?
The water gun.
Oh, okay. So April 27th. This was my new thing I forgot to put down. So it's April 27th. I think was it Frisco?
Yeah.
Tanner, you know more details? I don't know. Somewhere Frisco.
It's gonna be Frisco. It's gonna be Warren Sports Complex.
What are we doing?
Okay, perfect.
1 to 4, I think is the time.
It's either 1 to 4 or 1 to 3. I'm like panicking right now. Where is it?
Professional and punctual with this information.
No, I can't find it. See, this is why I like to prepare for things. But here we go. All right, it's April 27th, 1 to 3 p.m. at Warren Sports Complex, and we are doing a water gun battle. So I think I remember like dyeing the water or something like that. I forget how we're doing it.
But I think we're participating in it, Parker. Like we are.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm taking everybody down. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, you do not have to bring your own water gun. We'll provide some. But if you wanted to bring your own, you're totally fine. But yeah, we're doing that April 27th. So that's our first one to start off the season. We will still probably do volleyball. I think there's even talks of doing other things. We just haven't finessed it yet.
Water polo?
But yeah, so
we should have water polo.
Big water polo. But water polo we do it in services. That's like you got to be in Bearfoot to that point. Work for Bearfoot. You can play water polo all day. And if I ever have the time, I'll just dunk everybody.
Yeah.
I don't actually play water polo. I just wreck people.
Really good at it. 24/7.
Hey, that's a good segue though. What's like if y'all had to choose just one event that we've done since y'all have been like with Bearfoot? what's like y'all's favorite?
100% barefoot bash. I mean,
Like volleyball?
we're pulling up, we're kicking people off those courts, not in a rude way, just because we have that power.
We just take over.
We're dominating the entire 12 courts that they have. You know, we got people swimming in the lake. We're out there till 2 a.m. People are passing out. It's pretty fertile.
People are not passing out, by the way. We're very safe.
I don't think I've ever seen a pass out at this thing.
My favorite event is probably well, there was this one barefoot bash that was like huge, and I just remember it was so fun. Like they kicked us off of the main one because it closed, and we all went to the other one, like the one that's a little the walk down.
The doubles.
Yeah, and I just remember I went swimming in the lake. I mean, I'm not really a fan of lakes because I'm scared of alligators, but I did go in the lake that one time, and it was really fun.
Texas have alligators?
Yeah.
I feel like that's probably the
I don't think they do.
That lake has alligator gar, which are like they're not
fish.
Yeah, they're not like alligators that'll like attack you. I don't even think they can bite humans, but they stick their like nose up on the water, and it looks like a stick, but it's like actually like a. I swear that's true.
I want to swim with them.
No one's going to that lake anymore.
Yeah, I don't go in that lake either, man. It's terrifying. But
I'll only go in because I always get tackled to people try to wrestle me. So I gotta get the sand off me.
Yeah.
It's atrocious. Do not come to Barefoot Bash to tackle me, please.
Everyone does
I would like to enjoy a Barefoot Bash where I don't have sand from head to toe.
Lock. Yeah.
I will wrist lock everybody. That's what I'm going to do. I ankle locked someone last time. I almost hurt
Parker,
them,
can we box?
but I didn't. No boxing. They'll yell at you. You can't wrestle, period. Because I was gonna bring my mats one time, but I don't know if they would allow that.
They probably would.
Yeah, I'll have to figure out if y'all want to do jiu-jitsu. We'll just set it up at my gym. I can just drive one day to my gym.
Oh yeah, we're definitely down for that.
I could probably set that up.
Yeah, I used to be in karate, so I've been wanting to do a little bit more of like self-defense because that's my biggest fear is not being able to defend myself. So we'll definitely look into it.
I'm still waiting for you to. You all said you were going to try the gym, and yet
we'll come.
Just send us a date and a time.
Because Casey will kick your butt. Like,
oh god, no! I can actually box.
She'll wreck y'all.
My mom's a boxer, and she taught me how.
Dang.
Okay.
All right. Well, yeah. So yeah, I'll do. Yeah, Casey will take y'all on probably at the same time and destroy y'all, and I'll just laugh.
Okay.
I think that's fair.
All right.
Shout out to my wife, a badass. I don't know if I don't know if I ever mentioned, but yeah, Casey does jiu-jitsu. She's almost a blue belt. Man.
What's the colors again? How do they go?
White, blue, purple, brown, and black.
Nice. What are you?
I'm still a blue. I think I'm just going to be a permanent blue for the rest of my life.
Nice.
I did teach my first class the last Friday night. Well, I guess it's technically my third, but it's my official class. So I teach Friday mornings now, 6 a.m.
Nice.
So I taught for the first time, and it was actually pretty funny because one of the main instructors, actually / owner of the gym, I was like talking to everybody, and he walks in. So then I'm like, crap, because it's like now I got to teach in front of. I mean, and John's like a super cool dude, but he will definitely make fun of you. I mean, I think it's actually in the contract that I signed that he must make fun of me at all times, because it's pretty much everyone makes fun of me at the gym. So I just missed that fine print, and so it's fine. It's fine. It happens. But I knew I couldn't mess up because John's gonna make fun of me, right?
Yeah.
But if that wasn't enough, a new guy walks in. I look over at John. I was like, "Hey, is this a new guy? Like, I haven't seen him before." And he goes, "Oh no, that's my black belt friend from another gym." So I had to teach in front of not one but two black belts, and then I had like two forms of fear because I had John like gonna make fun of me, and then I also like had like if I don't teach well, his black belt friend is gonna be like, "John, why is he even teaching? Like he knows nothing. What if you taught him?" So then there was like a fear of failure on that side of things.
I got a good question. So that I would assume that you're like you have a black belt in lifeguard training.
Right? Oh, so there are actually belts higher than a black belt in jiu-jitsu. And I forget what some of them are called, but there's like a coral belt, which is just red. But
Okay.
there's like one or two. It gets really weird. So basically, this is the best way I can explain it. So when you're a black belt, like you're kind of done, but you're not done. Then you have the degrees, right? Like you've heard of like second, third, fourth degree, right? And so up to the third degree, to get 1 degree in a black belt, that's 3 years as a black belt of training.
Wow.
And then to get your second degree is another 3 years. To get your third degree, it's another 3 years. After that, to get like your fourth degree, and from there on out, it's every 5 years. So to get your fourth degree, it's 5 years after that. To get your fifth degree, it's 5 years after that. And so it goes on and on and on. And then you can get basically like there's like a black and red belt that I don't know what it's called. And then there's a red and white one, and then there's like an all red one. And that's like, it gets really insane. And keep in mind, to get to that like belt, like the coral one, is like 30 plus years as a black belt, maybe even longer. So like most people that have these belts are like 70 plus years old.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, a little fun fact of Jiu-Jitsu knowledge for you if you're curious. Which, by the way, so if I would think I would be, if I kept on track, the earliest I could get my whatever belt was like 78 years old.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So it's, you imagine me just like,
yeah, still doing jiu-jitsu.
Still doing jiu-jitsu. I would have, if I can do it, I'm doing it. Like if my body allows me to do it, I'm doing it.
I could be wrong, but I feel like even a 78-year-old black belt, I think I'm taking him, and I'm not even a belt.
Well, yeah. So I mean, there are, speed, weight, like all that still plays, right? And so like, I don't know, it all plays out. But at the same time, like they can do things. It's latched on, It's like, boom, this is done, And so I feel like that there is definitely strength speed, but I also feel like you couldn't allow much of a mistake either, because if they're going to do something, it's going to be like just like that, like think about like lifeguarding skills, right? Like how easy is active front now, how difficult was passive submerged back then versus how well it is now. It's some of these things become like really instinctive. Like I was telling you earlier, but like while we're starting, because of wonderful technical difficulties, if y'all can see, we're black and white here.
When are we gonna mention
on Rylee and Sara's page? But we figured out. But yeah, I got like this weird armbar position that wasn't at all intentional, but it just happened to happen. So yeah, I don't know. It just super sideways on that tangent line there, but it just, yes, for sure, but also
maybe, yeah,
maybe. I think it would be more of a surprise factor, like if like a black belt and then a coral belt went together, like yeah, that'd be probably different. But if you're like, oh, I'm gonna like rob this old guy, he could probably do some damage,
Yeah.
So basically, the bottom line is Rylee and Sara, just start training in jiu-jitsu now, so that you can get your coral belt at a much younger age than 78 years old. This is a life lesson that we have taught you. Well, you're very welcome. You would have gotten that advice nowhere else.
Yeah, whatever you had planned to do in y'all's careers and whatnot, like just push that to the side.
Screw nursing, screw school, just drop out and just do jiu-jitsu. Jiu-jitsu, it is a school. You can say you go to school, and it just happens to be over jiu-jitsu and probably won't make you any money, but you don't know until you try.
But can't wait. I'm taking mental notes right now. Yeah.
All right. Well, okay, I prefer physical notes.
We've hit our cap on jiu-jitsu talk.
Yes.
I think we're boring our guests.
They're fine.
No, never.
All right. So we did talk a little bit about Rylee want to do nursing, but yeah, what are we trying to, school-wise? What are we trying to achieve? What's our kind of end result in life?
I'd say my end result is to get, my degree, and then to live I want to live like a healthy lifestyle with like, this is going to sound bad, but like, I want to make a lot of money for myself, but also like, cause I don't want my kids to ever feel like they like can't do something because of money. So like, that's my biggest goal, is to be successful with my own and not like rely on like my husband. Like I don't want to be like a stay-at-home mom. Like I want to do something for myself. And like I want to be able to buy
Strong,
myself.
independent woman right there.
Yeah, I want to be able to buy myself
Yeah.
a G-Wagon and not my husband buy it for me.
Queen.
Nice.
It's good.
Okay, so
Yeah, Sarah's own.
okay, so it's just like I don't really know because I am a junior. I do know what I want to do, but I do have some like boundaries, I guess we could call it. My parentals don't really aren't encouraging me to go to college where I want to go. I do want to go to OU, boomer, but I want to make
So are they just like a different fan of a school? Like, are they like
no, they just don't want me to
alumni
go to
somewhere else?
I probably shouldn't be saying that. It's chill. No, they're like, you need to go to community college, which like I get, like save money, but with how smart I am up here, I can get scholarships. So boomer it is.
That's fair. Well, you can always listen to our very first
trust me,
podcast episode
I've already listened to that one
to
too.
figure that
Yeah.
out.
But I want to major in business, and I like definitely want to own my own business when I'm older. I used to want to be a radiologist, but then it was like 13 more years of school, and I can barely get through high school now, so I don't have that in me. But I mean, don't give up, kids. Anyways,
In school.
Yeah, stay in school.
You don't need to go to college to like have your own like realtor business, but I like just want to get my business degree and then do something in that field, whether it's like flipping houses and then like reselling them and getting that profit, or like even something with Airbnbs because they make a lot of money. I want to be balling. I'm talking like
you want to be you want to be a realtor.
Bahamas like every month.
Okay, Bahamas every month, man.
That's a lot.
Cool. That's good. I don't even know if I feel like I get bored after like 2 months.
I'm thinking,
but I also don't like the beach.
I'm thinking a trip to the Bahamas. Hey, I'm on the same boat. I'm mountains.
Yeah, I'm mountains all the way.
I like both.
Like I can do the lake.
She doesn't like that. That's so weird. You don't like the lake.
I do, but I'm so scared of alligators. If I'm in the water for more than 5 minutes, I can tell.
I grew up on the lake.
You got sharks in the beach.
Yeah, that's why I don't go deep.
Oh, Parker, since we're talking about life goals right now, my one life goal is to go swimming in like a pool of sharks. I'm talking like 100, and I'd be fine with like a great white or something, and just like a pair of your good old fashioned goggles. I don't need oxygen or anything, no safety. I just want to swim with sharks. Isn't that so fun?
I actually did swim with sharks once.
That's lit.
Yeah. So Dominican Republic, I got to swim with sharks and stingrays.
I swim with stingrays.
Hey, but can you beat this?
I've swum with dolphins.
You swim with I was about to say dolphins. I was able to like hang out with the dolphin, and he took me. That was awesome.
Yeah, I did not get to swim with dolphins.
Hey, maybe TBD. TBD.
I'm still waiting for the muffin tattoo, Tanner.
Dude, I want to actually say something. The dolphin emoji was mine last summer because I didn't want to be under the muffin umbrella.
And yet you still didn't get a dolphin tattoo. So I got a muffin tattoo. So let's see who's more committed to
how long did it take you, dude?
Our emojis.
How long did it take you, dude?
I don't know. I just remember I got it with Nicole Arnold like 4 or 5 years ago. And I know that the tattoo artist was brand new, so it's literally just a blob now. Like my worst tattoo ever.
Hey, it does.
Not to be a bad influence, but Sarah, Rylee, are we gonna get muffin tattoos at any point? I'm just seeing who's a part of the cool club.
Who do you mean we?
As one would say, what is the King Ferda? We're learning language earlier today. Chetty, yeah. So, I mean, to be Chetty, I think requires a muffin and motivational turtle tattoo.
I think I'm allergic.
Really?
Because, I got my belly button pierced a couple years ago, and it was like made of titanium, and then like 20 days later I had a seizure. So apparently I'm allergic to titanium. No, it was lit. You got to try it. But
you want to hold off on that one.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
But it was like titanium, so I am allergic to titanium, and I can't wear watches either because the back of every watch is nickel besides Rolexes. So if you want to buy me a Rolex.
Oh, wow.
But there's like metals and tattoos,
Wow.
so I don't know if I can get one.
Yeah, I think Bearfoot was thinking about giving like every employee a Rolex at the end of the summer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, to at least the top 10%. So I mean, y'all didn't make the list, obviously, but
Probably
I got
top
mine.
1%.
I don't know where y'all got lost in the mail or something.
yeah, I only wear mine for special occasions.
If
so.
you
Yeah.
if you apply for Bearfoot today, you'll get a Rolex.
Yeah, 2 of them. BOGO.
BOGO.
Yeah. Gosh, it's funny.
Yeah, I'm not forcing anyone, by the way, to get tattoos. Do them as you will.
This is all jokes.
Be safe and do it at a good place. All right, no sketchiness going on. Good places are where
every artist nowadays has Instagram and social medias that you can look at their like portfolio and work. And yeah,
I'll shout out my boy Thomas. My homie Thomas is legit. He's done like my whole lower arm and my calf. You all saw my calf. Got that big bear. Yeah, I got my Bearfoot tattoo this off season. All right, sorry, I had to take a drink of water. So yes, no forcing of tattoos, but cool people get them. Just saying, and that's that. What is actually no the schools? Because Sarah said OU. Rylee, did you say OU as well?
Yes, I am going to OU.
All right, so what's up with OU? Because OU is congratulations,
it's like nice,
fantastic, wow. Why OU? Because like OU is like become the big pop school now. It used to be OSU like 6-7 years ago.
Only just the best school in the nation.
But
why?
Like OSU in my school, everyone's going there. Everyone's going to OSU. I only know like 3 people from my school going to OU. It's me and a couple others.
Really?
Yeah, but I'm going there because my dad went there. He actually has an OU tattoo on his shoulder, and they have a really good nursing program, and the sororities are good there, and I really want to be in a sorority when I go to college. But yeah, I don't know.
You know how many sororities UT Dallas had? Sororities / fraternities?
How many?
2 or 3.
Oh, really?
2 or 3?
Yeah, that was it.
Wow. Fraternities and sororities?
Yeah, I think it was like maybe 4. It was not wasn't very fraternity sorority happy. I never joined.
UNT and Texas Tech had like
UTSA had like hundreds, I swear, but maybe not hundreds, obviously, but they had a lot. I remember like there was like this big field where you could sign up and do all that.
Well, I want to go to OU because my mom went, and she was a tri-delt.
Tri-delt?
Heck yeah.
My sister's something at like Arkansas, but I have no idea what it is. It's so confusing, all these sororities, and I just can't keep up with them.
Yeah.
My fraternity, Marine Corps. Boom.
Wow.
Take that.
Nice, man.
Best fraternity out there. Actually, it's co-ed. So what do you call like a co-ed? Is it because they have co-ed?
Yeah, I don't know what they're called.
Do they?
Yeah, like so Nicole Arnold, she was in one for, I want to say it was like finance or something like that. And it was more like whatever it was, whether it was finance or something else, but it was really directed towards that. And so it was more co-ed because it wasn't like just networking and things like that. It's all the fun facts I got on sororities and fraternities. Sorry, guys. I'm not a specialist.
Yeah, I don't know much either. Really?
That's fine.
So
you'll learn.
Rylee, you want to eventually go to grad school, right?
Yeah.
Well, is nursing
is a 4-year degree now, I think.
Yeah, but I have to go to like another school because I want to be like I'm specializing and like I probably sound stupid. I really don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, basically nursing school and whatever is after that.
Got you. And then just
it's changed all the time.
Nice. Oh, you all 8 years.
Yeah. Oh my god, yeah. It's
6.
like 8 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
They
have
like a long time now, but it flies by.
I think they have a PhD nursing program now too.
Yeah, I think they do too.
But at that point, it's like, why not just be like a nurse practitioner?
Yeah, I know. That's the thing about nurse anesthetist. Like, it's basically the same thing as an anesthesiologist, except you're not like, it's not as much school, and basically to like inject people with like the sleep stuff, you just have to have like another nurse in the room with you. But for anesthesiologists, you can do it by yourself. Okay. But nurse anesthetists are taking over anesthesiologists because it's like You just have to have a nurse in the room with you, and they make bank too, like pushing 200K.
Wow.
Yeah, I remember my mom wanted me to do X-ray tech.
Yeah, that
And she wanted me to be an X-ray tech.
Yeah.
She was like, they come out and they make like 95,000.
Yeah, they make good money.
I was an X-ray tech for a little bit. Fun fact.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't even know that.
I've done literally everything at least. Like, I've done except for food. That's the only thing I refuse to do.
Yeah, I'm in food.
You never worked a restaurant?
Nope.
Quick shout
Never
out
did.
Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah.
Y'all are both there
I,
right now.
No,
right?
I'm at 54th
dude,
Street.
everyone's there.
Okay,
Oh, that's
54th.
right.
Dinner at
Oh man, I
54th
thought everyone was Roadhouse.
Slide 54th Street,
Texas-
McKinney.
Text Roadhouse, I'll get you 30% off.
Wow. Ooh,
you heard
okay.
it.
Okay. Nice.
Let's
Well,
hope Sarah's boss doesn't hear it.
yeah, right.
Hope your boss doesn't hear it.
Be funny. Sarah, you're fired.
Well, I'm sure that y'all have like told each other like horror stories from like working at your places. So like, I don't know. You don't have to answer this if you don't want to, but like, which one is worse?
Mine.
By far.
100% mine.
Really?
It's
I mean, that's the food. That's another reason why I don't want to be in the food industry
you
because
go
of these
from
terrible stories.
Texas Roadhouse or any place that, because like Texas, I'm gonna get fired for. I don't care. I want to. Well, let me not say that.
We'll just change names, change days, you know, whatever. Just
This
change it.
one restaurant, right? They're very corporate, and you know, I love some of the managers there. I really do, and then some of them create bathroom passes, and you can only go once every 8 hours, and one at a time, and then
I don't even think that's legal.
yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't either.
And then
That's crazy.
they're also like, if they see you on your
Exposed.
phone, you get written up. You have to like scream at people when they walk in the door. But you know, the money's really good. The money's there. And then just the people too, they get mad because this restaurant's pretty popular. So we get on a big wait every night and they don't like waiting.
That's fair. Well, and I think, like I said, that's kind of like the biggest thing. I think Tanner and I were talking about it before, like the restaurant industry. Like, why do people get so mad initially? You know, I understand, but these are the stipulations where you could kind of be upset, which is the whole table gets like the wrong order, right? Or you've sent back your order and then like the third time you're like still sending it back. I feel like these are viable things other than obviously just someone being rude or not checking up on you. But it, like, I've literally seen people where it was like the burger was well done instead of medium and got up and walked to the kitchen to yell at the cook. And it's like, why?
That's crazy.
I don't understand. Yeah,
That's just the food industry, man. I mean, I've worked in delivery, like for pizza. I worked at Chick-fil-A. I worked at I worked everywhere too. But it's awful. It's definitely like the worst of my jobs, easily.
Yeah.
Easily.
I was a server at.
But
Let me not say that.
See, so stay away from food. Barefoot lifeguarding is where it's at.
Yeah,
You go
I will
Far
say,
more
food
entertaining.
service to Barefoot. You will never work another job in your life besides Barefoot.
yeah.
Would you rather smell like grease or would you rather smell like sunscreen and sun?
Be tan.
And- Yeah,
B10. Yep.
it'd be
Be with
too.
your friends. Get a break.
I actually have a photo. I wish I could find it quickly, but I know I won't be able to, so I'm not even going to try. But Tanner, I'll send it to you. I am like dark.
Brown.
Like, it actually looks fake. I actually looked at the picture like there's no way that was me. I didn't even recognize myself because it was during the summertime, so I not exactly taking pictures because I'm always working. But there is a picture, and I looked at myself and I didn't. I had no idea who I was for a second. Fun fact.
It's crazy when you go from like Barefoot and like some people that like say like, oh, like I don't like lifeguarding, and then they go to another job. It's like so different. Like lifeguarding is really the best thing ever.
Yeah.
Like it's just like it's so fun. Like you're literally working with your best friends like every day, and then you go
You
to
get
like
a
54.
break.
And you get a little cool certificate. Like that's always been my biggest thing because a lot of people are like, well, I shouldn't have to pay to get a job, which I totally understand. But at the same time, one, our cert fee is way cheaper. And two, like this is something you can put on your resume. This is something to help you with.
Yeah.
A lot of people do babysitting. I mean, when you say like I have CPR skills, I mean that works. It's a huge like college resume booster, regular resume booster. I mean, it
Like,
does pay for itself very quickly.
as a person, I mean, now like working this off season with like recruiting, and like I haven't had to look at like resumes, obviously, but like being in that mindset, like I 100% understand how like barefoot lifeguarding and like working here and having these certifications, it looks so much better than like employee at Sonic. And that's nothing against somebody who's working at Sonic right now. Like I love
Yeah,
Sonic.
because if you have to skate at Sonic, I mean, you guys are legends.
They deserve more money.
Kudos to you. If you're not skating at Sonic, though, you're dead to me.
Dude, I don't even think they skate at Sonic anymore. The Sonic next to my house, you can't even order at the window. You have to mobile order it, and then you have to go through through the drive-through. Yeah,
like the whole point of Sonic is to.
I know the experience of skates, but apparently not.
Haters. All right, Sarah, Rylee, what would you? You both have worked pretty much nonstop, like on season, off season, everything like that. So, what would you recommend for people that are looking for a job? What to look for, things like that. What is like a good job? And we can obviously mention Barefoot. I don't want to go on like a huge Barefoot rampage, although it is like the best company in the world. But working on season, working off season, what are you looking for? What have you liked, and what should kind of be expected? Or I guess maybe what does Barefoot set the tone that you should expect in other jobs? Maybe that's a better way of wording it.
Okay, so I feel like Barefoot sets the tone for other jobs is in like, number one, there should be like communication. Like you should not be scared to communicate, like to go up the ladder, I've never been scared to like reach out to my supervisor or even you, Parker. And I feel like at other jobs, I honestly get scared to text my managers because of how they treat me whenever I text them. It also sets the tone that, you need a break. Like being at work is tiring, and like Barefoot does give you that break. They care about you. Like Parker always tells us at in-service, like once we're getting to off-season, school starting, people are going back to school, he's like, if you like need a day off or two to get like your homework done, or you have something for like your sport or something, like we can get that figured out. Like I feel like at Barefoot they really show you that like you need to be cared for as an employee, and like you should be looking for that in any other job that you have.
Yeah, that's really well. What you got, Rylee? Beat that.
Okay, I can't really beat that, but I will say you should want a job like not even just Barefoot, where like when it's your time to work, you wake up and you're not like completely dreading your life to go, and that you should have a job where you're like when you're there, you're like having a decent amount of fun. And like I've been at a job once where like I like didn't make connections with anyone, and I was just like by myself, and that's not what you want. You want a job where you have fun, but you're also obviously doing your job. You gotta stay on top of it, but you shouldn't wake up every morning like, oh my gosh, I have to go to work. Like I love working, well, only for Barefoot, but any other job. But like I wake up in the morning like excited, and I walk in to Beach Club and open it up, and I'm ready for the day.
Yeah, we're blasting on the speaker. I like genuinely get excited to work for Barefoot. Like I'm really not lying when I say that. I'm like, give me a double for 5 days in a row. Like I will do it. But this job that I currently have, I dread it. Walking in, I'm like, literally let me leave right now. Walking out, I'm like, yeah, it was bad, but I'd do it again just because the money's there. But I do feel like, because I tell myself all the time, I'm like, yeah, I do want to make money, but like at the end of the day, I'm going to choose like loving my career over the money I make.
Yeah, like me and Sarah,
100%.
there was like an event at one of the pools like a couple weekends ago, and we both had shifts, and we like whenever we got asked, we both got our shifts taken like that second because it's just so much more fun.
Yeah,
and
it's
true.
Yeah.
So what advice would you give to those, and mainly the first years, right? Because there's a lot of nerves the first year you're working with something, trying to fill out the job, trying to fill out the people. What advice would you give to brand new, like first year guards to kind of be more comfortable working with a company, whether it's Barefoot or whether it's mainly Barefoot, obviously, but we'll go out there.
Yeah, I feel like my biggest thing, like when I was a first year, I was just so scared of like the training, and I was like scared that I wasn't going to be able to do it. But honestly, like your LGIs care about you. They're not here to they're not there to make you fail. They're there to make you succeed. Like they want to teach you. They want you to learn. So like you're gonna get it. Like there's been times where I've seen like LGIs like stay after and work with like a lifeguard for hours just to like help them learn it. So like don't be nervous to like get your stuff right. And then also like when I first started, I was like scared somebody was going to drown right when I went on stand. Like, I mean, again, that like can't happen. You do need to be vigilant and ready at all times, but don't psych yourself out when you're on stand, because yes, it can happen, but like just take a deep breath. It'll be okay.
Good.
That's really good.
I say that like most of the time when people are scared, like this is my thing. I go in there being like, oh my gosh, I don't know anyone. Like I'm not gonna make friends. Like I'm so scared. Like no one's gonna like me. But you have to realize that there's like most of the people that come are like in the same position as you. Like I met my best friends through Barefoot, and I didn't even know them before. It's just like you have to be like confident, and then just be like open to meeting new people, because that's like the hardest part is like making connections. And then like once you make connections, then you're like, I'm excited to go to work. Like whenever me and Sarah work together, we'd be excited. So it's just like making connections and not being scared, because everyone's in the same page as you, and it's not like embarrassing or awkward unless you make it.
Yeah, it's like embracing the process.
Yeah, do the Barefoot bashes. I think the Barefoot bashes really, really help. And then I know we do local stuff too. Like we try to, like McKinney has their own, like flag football, I think was what McKinney had. Whataburger Wednesdays over in Westside. Richardson, they were amazing ice cream place called Tongue and Cheek Ice Cream. If you're ever in Richardson, Texas, go get that ice cream. Highly recommended. But we do local things as well, and I think those events help too, because sometimes I understand like driving all the way to Little Elm from like Aledo would be it's like an hour plus drive, and so some of that's understandable. But I think attending those events really help. That's where you said y'all met and became best friends, right? Was the flag football. So it wasn't even Barefoot Bash; it was that local concept. So we really, really pushed that. I would say the managers, instructors are also great tools to use to help you, because you're right. Like that's a big thing that we teach is we're not here to fail you. We're here to help you succeed, and that's all we want. And you see that. We've seen that as you guys teach, and we see that even throughout the summer as we're working skills. I know there's a great story where one of our instructors, she worked with a lifeguard, and the lifeguard was struggling for a little bit, and was like almost every day they were working together, like we're working on our skills. And then that lifeguard ended up becoming an instructor, and then she's become like one of our lead instructors now. So like it all is here, like we're all here to help. We're all here to like enjoy each other's company and not just necessarily feel like the job. But that means you have to be at least comfortable with accepting the invite to flag football, to Barefoot bashes, whatever it is. And after that, it's almost like fire and forget, I would say.
Yeah, I remember being so nervous for like going to this flag football, because like Savannah, my sister, had like known everyone, and I was like, oh my God, I don't know anyone. Like everyone's gonna like. I was just like psyching myself out about what other people like cared about me. Turns out I made some of my best friends there, and then I went to Barefoot Bash, and it was even more fun. So like go to those events. The more like friends you make, the better your job's going to be.
100%.
So factual. And then you can bring more friends, and then it's just everybody working together. We're just the elite of the elite. I mean, look at these two lovely ladies. They run our TikTok. They have great edits. There's going to be a bunch more stuff that they're going to be doing that they don't know yet to help with that. So they're already making a name for themselves at 18 and what you said, 16, almost 17 years old. Yeah, look at these. baby microphones they got.
That's
Not as
a
cool
little
as mine. Tanner's lights up. Does yours light up?
Sneak peek for this summer.
Look at that. Look, Tanner's lights up.
Oh
Peep
yeah.
that.
Lars does too.
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, we got little lights.
I can't see because you're in black and white.
Oh,
So.
Yeah.
awkward.
Well, we're pretty much at the end, but did you all use actually I forgot. I don't know if it was in the beginning of this or before this, but you guys had questions for us, right?
Oh, we did have one question.
One question. Is this for Tanner and I or
Yes.
listen?
And we want to hear from both of you.
Oh Lord.
No, just saying.
No comment.
We are just wondering, how did y'all come up with the idea of this amazing podcast that you've built? This Barefoot Big Bear Theory.
Like, where was like the light? Like, we should do the
light bulb.
You first or me first?
Let me go first.
Right.
Honestly, it started with like Claudia, who she handles like the social media, most of the social media like for us, and she had hit me up like giving me like a social media calendar that I could do, and I kind of asked her like how much freedom do we have, and she said, like, what are you thinking about? And then of course, like my brain, I'm like, I want to make a podcast about sports, but in the like sense of Barefoot, it doesn't really make sense to just strictly talk about sports. So then I kind of, and if I'm remembering it right, you can tell me if I'm wrong, Parker, but I kind of like talked to you about the idea, and we just kind of gave birth to this beautiful thing.
I mean, that was pretty much what it was. I've always wanted to do a podcast. I think it's been my dream for like 2 or 3 years. Just because I've gotten to the point where I can't talk to everybody now. I mean, we had 1,050 people trained last year, and I was maybe able to talk to 200, 250 of them. And so that was like the big thing for me is I just wanted to be able to get a chance to talk to everybody and like help them. And that's like that's my big thing is I always want to help people. Whether it's at Bearfoot or not, Casey always kind of I'll try to help people, like random people, and I'll like try to talk to them forever. And she's like, we need to go. And I'm like, okay, but 1 second. Or I'll take a phone call at like the worst timing. But, I like to help people and I want to help them like be successful and grow. So the only way I could do that to reach more people was to do a podcast. So I think the one-on-ones are still great. I know like Rylee, Sara, I've had multiple conversations with y'all throughout the summer. And those have always been valuable to me. And I always want to keep those going and meet people like you wonderful ladies as much as possible. But yeah, this was the other way to go about it, was to, talk about life, talk about things, shortcuts, just entertain. Obviously, like some of our stuff is just more entertainment based. I wanted a way to spread the word of Bearfoot as well, and just how great of a company it is. That was another big thing. Like I wanted people to see that there are places out there that care about you as people, not as like paycheck numbers or anything like that. That's really what I wanted to push, was that when you're here, like you're with people that want you to be successful and grow. Are we perfect? No. Have we had our moments? Obviously. But our whole goal in the end is to help people grow and be successful. And this podcast made it too. So when Tanner was like, yeah, I want to do a podcast, I was like, yes, this is what I want. And so I was super excited. And so I basically asked if he was for real. And he was like, yeah, totally. And so that's where it started. And probably 2 months later, we got something going, did a bunch of research. We have failed numerous times in the process of it, trying to get everything squared away and situated. Sound has been an issue for me, like to this day. I think I maybe barely just got it figured out. Obviously, like just trying to get the link out has been wild. Setting up and limitations, marketing, just trying to get this out, setting up all the Instagrams, TikToks, all that's been.
It's just like a cool,
wild.
It's like just another cool thing and that's like, that kind of speaks to like working here too. Is like we have the freedom like to try something creative like this. And like, I don't know many other like jobs, especially, I mean, we're going into preseason and going into the regular season. So like we're getting real busy, and they're still like, they still have faith in us and give us the freedom to kind of put this out.
Yeah. Because this takes time. I mean, probably 5 hours. And I know that doesn't seem like a lot, but 4 to 5 hours a week just to kind of get, because it takes about an hour to 2 hours to set up / record, and then an hour or 2 hours to clip all the videos. So yeah, I would say about 4-ish hours pretty much every week to try and get this squared away. And like there's trust in that we'll still get our job done. And but there's accountability, like if we don't, but it hasn't happened yet. We've done real well. We've done on track, and we've been able to give great podcast and been able to interview wonderful people like y'all. We'll be interviewing a lot as well. Looks like there's going to be other interviews potentially going on, so we'll see. We'll talk and make sure we're doing that well. But yeah, we do plan on doing a lot more interviews. We have another interview next week with the Savannah Wadley. So Sarah's sister is going to be on as well.
Hey, you got on here first.
Sarah's sister, not Savannah's sister. Sarah's sister.
Yeah,
That's what we want to say. Sarah's sister.
We got on first.
So Sarah's sister, we're going to be talking to next week.
We clip this.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. It will be on YouTube. You can clip whatever you want.
Looks like I'm just.
But yeah, so we'll have that interview, and then we are gonna take a break from interviewing, and I think we're gonna do kind of a casual podcast after we interview Savannah, just to keep things up in the mix. But overall, just want to thank you, wonderful humans, for being a part of this episode. I hope you all had fun. You want to thank our new followers, and we can go. Oh, I'm on my own page here. I don't even know why I have an Instagram. It doesn't exist. But yeah, let's see. We'll thank our new followers for the this episode this week. I think this was a full week, and then yeah, we'll kind of close it out there because I don't really have a lot of closing stuff. I already did all in the beginning because I'm overachieving. So our wonderful followers shout outs for the week. We have Jacob Frank, GTX Nate,
Woo.
Damon McDaniels, a Jiu Jitsu guy from old school, Blake Drury, Johnny Kwan, Mark Fran. Dude, he gets his own video and then wants to follow to try. You know what? Mark France is not recognized as a follower.
Made by us. That
Yeah, he got his own video. He can take that from there. Harmony the Baddest. Alrighty. Abe the Mountain. That is actually a super, super good jiu-jitsu guy. He actually placed top or in the Elite 8 for ADCC. ADCC is like the Olympics of jiu-jitsu, essentially. So if you look at, there's like ADCC trials going on right now, and everyone's competing. And I think it's either the top 32 in the world compete together, maybe 64. That's what I can't remember. So it's either top 32 or top 64. But it's a huge, like the biggest jiu-jitsu competition. And he is in the Elite 8, which is super cool. Nice. I got to meet him. A very big man.
What was his name?
Abe. He's called Abe on Instagram. It's Abraham the Mountain. He's verified because he's literally that good. So he trains with like the top 10 people. I wouldn't say top 10, but he trains with Gordon Ryan and Nick Marigali and some other people, and they're like literally the top 10. Last two are BG Reynolds and Alexis Newman, who used to work for us forever ago. So I hope you're doing well. That's all I got. So thank you all very much. Ladies, we get to do hearts at the end of every podcast. You didn't know that? You're clearly not listening to our 100% podcast. So shame on you.
Shout out real quick.
Oh, yes. Yeah, give your own shout out.
Bearfoot.edits. Follow us on TikTok,
Yes.
or if you follow, you get a Rolex, and in order to apply for Bearfoot, you have to follow. We make
Yes.
thing.
Apparently that's a requirement.
You have to follow to watch though.
That is a great video.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. So bearfoot.edits, Rylee and Sara, thank y'all so much. Hearts. And we're out. See y'all.
See you guys.